It was midnight. The young man, lying silently in his bed, suddenly heard a creak. His eyes scanned the dark room, but he couldn't see anything. Maybe he had just imagined it, he thought. However, at that moment, he heard a faint breath coming from under his bed. His heart began to race and his eyes widened. As he carefully listened to the room, he felt that something strange was happening. Suddenly, he saw the silhouette of a figure in the corner of the room. The indistinct entity in the darkness was slowly approaching. The young man's breath caught, and he was drenched in sweat. "Who's there?" he shouted, but there was no response. The creaks continued, this time more distinct and steady. The room was in chaos. Furniture seemed to move on its own, and shadows began to envelop the walls. A series of mysterious figures appeared around the young man. The house seemed filled to the brim with the traces of entities that had lived in the past. With trembling hands, the young man turned on the light, revealing the imprints of spirits from different eras within the room. A woman in an ancient dress smiled sadly. A soldier in a uniform from wartime stared at the young man. At that moment, the young man understood that these spirits carried the echoes of the past. However, the echoes of the past in this house frightened him. The spirits seemed to be trying to communicate with him, but their language was complex and incomprehensible. The young man gathered the courage to deal with these complex spirits of the past. Over time, he learned to communicate with them with understanding and respect. Each spirit had its own story, and the young man listened to the memories of the past with respect. In the end, a kind of balance was established between the young man and the spirits in the house. The creaks he heard at night now indicated not fear, but a mysterious connection he had formed with entities that had lived in the house's past. This event marked the beginning of a frightening night filled with courage and openness to the stories of the spirits.